Alright, so, alcoholics. Two things I want to talk about, just two. I would talk about stuff like apparently, I guess, Yale Kim called Melina a psycho or something on Twitter, and she's like, Melina responds saying, at least I may be a psycho, but at least I'm not a bad friend. I was like, oh, yeah, that's interesting. Melina and Gail Kim going at each other. Anyway. So, I want to talk about two things. One of them is about a diva. You probably guess who it's about. The other one's about a superstar who's leaving. You could definitely guess who that's about. But let's start off with the first superstar. Let's talk about CM Punk. I've been a fan of CM Punk ever since he debuted in WWE's WWE's version of ECW. And I find it ironic that his last match in the WWE is going to be against John Cena. Why do I say that? I don't know if you guys remember his WWE debut. Wrestlemania 22. Remember when John Cena defended the WWE Championship against Triple H? That's when Cena was getting pushed to the max. That was the night that he beat Triple H via the STF, back then STFU. Anyway, I remember John Cena's entrance. He had like this. It was in Chicago, Illinois, ironically enough, where CM Punk is from. This kind of Chicago mafia mob thing, and CM Punk was on the side of the car during the entrance. I don't know if you guys said. I'm gonna see if I can find the link. I'll put it in the description box for you if you guys don't remember that. But anyway, I don't want CM Punk to leave. I think it's a bummer if he does leave. Do I think he's gonna go to TNA? Not really. No. ROH. Meh. What I think he's gonna do, I think he might pull a Chris Jericho. Just sit back and relax for a while. Just chill. I mean, the WWE superstars, you guys, have such a hectic schedule that probably just want to relax and stuff. So yeah, it's supposed to be. I know it's kind of random, but supposedly Matt Hardy got suspended by TNA because he was kept on being late at their shows. Owned. Anyway, back to CM Punk. I think it's a bummer if when CM Punk does leave the company, you guys. Straight edge. I've always, I like him, heel or face. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, he had the Straight Edge Society that didn't work out so well. The new Nexus, we all see what happening with that. But I think you guys with CM Punk is that he's just a talented superstar, you guys, and it's a bummer to see him leave. I'm not gonna lie, but remember, you guys, before Capital Punishment, when was the last time he won a pay-per-view? Last year at Extreme Rules against Rey Mysterio. What was his last pay-per-view win? Rey Mysterio. Okay, where I'm going with this. But with CM Punk, I'm gonna miss the guy. No homo. He's a talented superstar, and I think a lot of people here are CM Punk's fans. CM Punk's one of those guys, you either like him or you hate him, in my opinion. I don't think there's really a border between. You can't be like, oh, I kind of like him. It's either you hate him or you don't. And hopefully CM Punk, aka Phil Brooks, goes far in his life and it goes well. And I think he'll be back. I'm pretty sure he'll be back. Sometime in the future. I just have that gut feeling that because CM Punk knows there are a lot of Punk fans, and he's gonna come back one of these days, and the crowd's gonna go nuts like, oh my God, CM Punk. He's probably gonna come back as a face, but I think he'll be back, and hopefully all goes well for CM Punk. Alright, straight edge. So yeah. Alright, so yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to think in my mind. CM Punk's my favorite superstars, and if he leaves, it's just like, ouch. Another star gone. We saw Edge retire, Shawn retired last year, and who else left? Well, Shawn McCool retired, so WWE superstars, I guess you say diva, dropping like flies, just crazy. So yeah, WWE, let's bring up some new stars, shall we? So anyway. Then we start off next, last but not least, Kelly Kelly. It's amazing how much heat this young woman has gotten. I mean, seriously, all these people are like, oh yeah, some people are like, oh congrats Kelly Kelly, she's, she's been WWE for 5 years, And she has, you know, she's improved since the Extreme Expose. I mean, she started off as exhibitionist, aka stripper, in WWE's version of ECW. And you know, I think she has improved since then. You know, she how do I say this? She, you know, I remember that match she had with Edge against Dolph Ziggler and Lay Cool on SmackDown. She hit that spear. Oh sweet Jesus, did Michelle McCool sell that spear well? I mean, that looked like a sick spear. But anyway, you know, that was the same night that Kelly got fired. So yeah, I mean, I think with Kelly, she's gonna be a better diva than Brie, a better Divas champion than Brie Bella. The crowd's over her. That's a plus. You know, I know she's not the best diva. I know TheChrisPhoenix should have been, you know, selected instead of her. Would have been a better choice. But you know, I'm giving Kelly a chance. You know, we'll see what happens. What else was I going to say? Well, look at TNA, guys. What's TNA's version of Kelly? Velvet Sky. I like Velvet Sky. It's pretty obvious TNA is pushing Velvet Sky to being like Knockouts champion by the end of the year. So, you know, it's going to be like that. We're going to have Kelly as Divas champion and Velvet Sky as Knockouts champion in like the same year. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm giving Kelly a chance. But, you know, I think what the hate on her is just crazy. I mean, you may not like her, but seriously, she's a slut, she's a cunt, she's a whore, she sucks everyone's dick, she's a no talent bitch. She just take her fake titties and tight ass and just walk out of the way. It's like, good lord. I mean, I understand if you don't like her, but that's just, I don't think anyone really deserves that, you guys. I mean, unless they're really asking for it, like, I don't know, like Paris Hilton or like Amy Winehouse or Kim Kardashian or something. By the way, Chris Humphries, you lucky son of a bitch. You ain't marrying her, you're marrying her ass. Yeah. But anyway, Kelly. The hating on her, it's just, I don't know if it's really necessary. I mean, again, she's not the best diva, but, you know, I think she is better than Brie, and she does have more of a moveset in the ring than Brie, and she does have chemistry with the crowd. You know, the crowd loves her. You know, when they hear ha ha, you know, the crowd just goes yay. You know, mostly guys, obviously, but you know, I'm giving Kelly a chance. You know, so anyway, making this video a little longer than it should be. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think of CM Punk leaving? Do you think he's gonna come back? Do you think he's not gonna come back? Do you think what do you think what's gonna happen to CM Punk's future, aka Phil Brooks? And what do you think of Kelly, Barbie Blank? What do you think? Yeah, her real name's Barbie, if you don't know, you guys know that by now. What do you think's gonna happen? You know, do you think she'll be a good Divas champion? And does she deserve this whole, she's a slut, she's a cunt, she's a whore, she's a douchebag, she sucks, get women's dicks, transvestites, fuck her in the asshole. I mean, just insane how much heat she's getting. So anyway, what you guys think? Alright, peace out, my Phoenixaholics.